All right, today we are diving into something really cool, especially if you're a student, a researcher, or really just anyone who has to wade through tons of information. We're talking about Google's NotebookLM. It's built to be your personal research partner, and it tackles one of the biggest, most annoying problems in AI right now.
So, let's just get right to it with a question I think we've all screamed at our computers. Is my AI assistant just making stuff up? You know the feeling, right? You ask a chatbot for a simple fact, and it gives you this beautifully written, super confident, and completely wrong answer. It's a massive, frustrating problem.
And that, right there, is what we're calling the AI trust problem. The very tools that are supposed to make us smarter can sometimes lead us way off track with what they politely call hallucinations, which is just a fancy word for making things up. And this is the exact issue that a whole new class of AI tools is being built to solve.
To really get it, you need to understand this key difference. On one side, you've got your general AI. Think of most chatbots. They're connected to the whole internet, which makes them incredibly creative, but also, prone to those hallucinations. On the other side, you have what's called a grounded AI. Its entire world, its entire knowledge base is restricted only to the documents you give it. It's not an expert on everything. It becomes an expert on your stuff.
And this is exactly the kind of AI that NotebookLM is. Google basically said, okay, let's build something from scratch that solves this trust problem. They built a grounded AI.
So here's how it works. You're the boss. You create these little notebooks and you fill them with your research papers, your class notes, PDFs, websites, even transcripts from YouTube videos. The AI ingests all of that and becomes an expert only on that material. And here's the best part. When it answers a question, it shows its work. It gives you citations, pointing you to the exact sentence in your own documents.
I love how this user on the App Store put it. They said using it is like talking to a teacher. But it's not just any teacher. It's a teacher who has only read your specific textbook and knows it inside and out, because you're the one who gave it the material in the first place.
Okay, so that's a really powerful start, no doubt. A fact checker for your own documents is a game changer. But what if you want to go beyond that? What if you want to actually create something new from all that research, not just ask questions about it?
Well, this is where NotebookLM gets really fun. It transforms from being just a research assistant into something more like your own personal content studio. It helps you make that leap from just consuming information to actually creating with it.
I mean, just look at this list of tools. Based on the sources you've uploaded, NotebookLM can whip up audio discussions, video summaries, mind maps to help you spot themes, timelines to track ideas, even flashcards and quizzes. It's this incredible toolbox for seeing your material in totally new ways.
Let's just take the video overviews as an example. The whole process is ridiculously simple. You upload your sources, you click a button to generate a video, and then, and this is my favorite part, you can tell it how to present the information with a custom prompt. And you can have some real fun with this. A user on Reddit actually shared this prompt they used. Explain this as a sci-fi thriller narrator. How cool is that? You could tell it to explain your chemistry notes like a TED Talk or break down a dense philosophy paper so a 5-year-old could get it. This is about making learning active and honestly just more enjoyable.
And the other tools are just as powerful. A mind map can instantly show you the main themes popping up in your research and maybe more importantly, help you see the gaps, the things you're missing, or a timeline can trace how an idea has changed over time across 20 different documents. It's all about helping your brain see connections you'd probably miss otherwise.
Okay, this all sounds amazing, right? But here's the built-in weakness of any grounded AI. What happens when the answer you're looking for just isn't in the documents you've uploaded? Well, you hit a dead end.
And that brings us to the tool's biggest leap forward yet. This is where Google decided to connect NotebookLM to its massive, super powerful general AI, Gemini.
So look at what this combination does. On its own, NotebookLM is truthful but limited to your bubble of information. But when you bring Gemini into the mix, you get the best of both worlds. You can combine the rock-solid cited facts from your sources with the massive, creative, web-connected knowledge of a general AI.
This quote from Mahur Faisal over at XDA just nails it. She says, Gemini becomes the bridge. It's the bridge from your private, grounded knowledge base out to the wider world of information. Suddenly, you can ask it to go find what's missing from your notes or connect the dots between completely different projects in different notebooks.
And think about what this solves in your day-to-day workflow. You're not constantly jumping between your Notes app and Google Search anymore. You don't have to keep re-explaining the context of your project to a chatbot. It just knows everything about your project, creating this one unified space for your research. Now, as exciting and mind-blowing as all of this sounds, we do need to pump the brakes a little bit and be realistic. This tool is incredibly powerful, for sure, but it is not perfect. Let's see what some actual researchers found.
This quote comes from a super interesting paper on ResearchGate. A group of planetary scientists fed their own complex academic articles into NotebookLM to test its audio overview feature. And while they were pretty impressed, they also found that each summary contains some level of inaccuracy or hallucinations. So even a grounded AI isn't completely immune.
So here's the balanced picture. The pros are huge. It's great at creating engaging summaries, it comes up with really creative analogies, and it definitely makes you more efficient. But the cons are just as important to remember. There's still a chance it can get things wrong. It can sometimes miss subtle details or nuance, which means you absolutely have to verify its output.
And that really brings us to the most important point of all. NotebookLM is an absolutely incredible assistant. It's a partner that can help you learn and create faster than ever before. But, and this is a big but, it is not a replacement for your own brain. It doesn't replace your own critical thinking.
There's really no question that tools like this are the future of learning and research. They're going to amplify our own intelligence in ways we're just beginning to understand. The real question, the one we all have to figure out, is this: how do we learn to use them wisely?